Hello, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Happy New Day, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I welcome you all again to another episode of the betrayal in between the Biafrans, government in exile, and also the IPOB Nigeria. If you people can remember, prior to all this shenanigan that is happening about the 2nd December declaration of the Biafra Republic, there was a video I made where the so-called IPOB Nigeria, the DOS, Imam Powerless and the rest of them, where they are bragging that they must surely bring Ekpa and the BG government to their knees if they don't. In fact, they said if the IPOB Nigeria did not get Biafra, that no any other person will ever venture to do that. That anybody who arose, they will bring that person down. Anyway, they are still working hard. They are still working assiduously, according to people who speak English, to bring Ekpa and the Biafra government in exile to their knees. Make gonna hear this headline before we can be able to proceed with other frivolities. Simon Ekpa is a betrayer possessed by evil and fueled by hubris. This is IPOB Nigeria giving this kind of report. What do you think that the international community will think concerning we the Biafrans? Sometimes it seems like we are the architect of our own problems, because I want to know one. Owo kenunu no je gwa nkenu n'ime ohia na ngugwo azu or ngugwo ogere no na ngiga. Now still these people will still go to the international community and write petition against Simon Ekpa and every other person who arose simply because the person is spoiling business for them. Simply because the person does not allow them to siphon the commonwealth of the people by taxing them here and there for their own personal gain and their own personal interests. According to the message someone posted on Simon Ekpa's X handle, they say the reason why Imam Powerless and the rest of China Sanwo and the rest fighting Simon Ekpa and BG government is because they are sending containers before from Europe with the money they collected, or rather they siphoned from Biafrans. And when Simon Ekpa took over the affair and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu got incarcerated, the money is not forthcoming again. So they vow that instead of them, like, there's an adage in Igbo language that says, Onu eri that they go committed. That if Onu eri, instead of Onu eri to stop eating, Nankon Keneri Beherik Megere Yabagodo break. That any man that is eating have been committed. And instead of that man to stop it, it's better the person who never eats to do what? To go to wherever they may the person whatever the person like. So that's exactly what is happening in this scenario now. Now look at the negative report these people are making against Simon Ekpa and the BG government simply because Akupro Nana. Man, remember, we are to pro ya no bo askwa no bo elutere ya. Eba ota kon ham no. We are going to take our news and with other headline that we have here. Let us move there. But please, do me a favor. Like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Bombo, reportedly, explosion. Okay, bomb reportedly explosion kills 5 Cameroonian forces in Biafra, in Bakassi Peninsula. Even as their government tell them, say, make or know they go there again. Government of Nigeria is pushing the Cameroonian forces to be attacking the Biafrans in Idabato and other areas in the Bakassi Peninsula. Now they don't go there now collect water. Moving forward, number of out of school children in FCT annoying. Make on see waiting nonsense we get the talk. Now FCT, where be governor of FCT, say number of out of school children is annoying, but he is busy building bridges and commissioning Aboro Park. Government of Aboroism. Breaking news: newly elected Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar killed in Gaza by Israeli soldiers. My people, we are hitting the ground running. We have no time to waste. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the visionary leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, once warned Simon Ekpa not to allow the devil to take control of his actions. Today, We are witnessing the consequences of Ekpa's disregard for that warning. Possessed by an evil spirit, his betrayal of the Biafran struggle has reached unimaginable depths. But when did this possession take hold? It was the very moment he believed he could do all things without the guidance of the Directorate of State. Onasiam, the body entrusted by Nnamdi Kanu to steer the ship of IPOB. Onasiam, simply because Simon Ekpa does not agree to belong to that court called DOS, they are lambasting him. If not for Simon Ekpa, since Nnamdi Kanu was incarcerated, the whole Southeast would have been invaded and be taken over. If not, what this guy is doing, he might be right, he might be wrong. I am not entirely supporting his modus operandi, but let us call a spade a spade. If not the noise and what Simon Ekpa is doing before Nigerians, the Zulus, their leaders, their terrorist soldiers, and international at large, Biafra land would have been captured by the Fulanis. But look at what DOS are telling us here. That simply because Ekpa refused to follow them, Ekpa refused to belong to them, now they say Ekpa is evil. Okay, let us continue. Simon Ekpa's descent into Charles began with his arrogance, thinking that he could challenge the authority of the DOS and act on his own. This dangerous pride became his downfall by isolating himself from the legitimate leadership of IPOB. Ekpa opened himself to negative influences that have led him into partnership with the enemies of the Biafran cause. His actions no longer reflect the values of IPOB, but instead serve the interests of the Nigerian government, which seeks to discredit Nnamdi Kanu and paint IPOB as a violent and extremist group. From the moment of rebellion against the DOS, Ekpa's actions took a dark turn. His incitement to violence, orders of unnecessary lockdowns, and the chaos he has unleashed in the southeast have led to the deaths of innocent Biafrans. These atrocities committed by him and his followers are being blamed on IPOB. In an attempt to implicate Nnamdi Kanu in crimes he has never condoned, the Nigerian government has eagerly seized this opportunity, using Ekpa as a tool to justify the violent repression of IPOB and the wider Biafran struggle. One cannot help but ask, does Simon Ekpa even have the spirit of humanity within him? What kind of evil spirit possesses him, driving him to betray his own people? He has become an agent of destruction, leading the very people he claims to fight for into the hands of their enemies. His betrayal of Nnamdi Kanu and the entire Biafra movement is unforgivable. Ekpa's willingness to kill, incite and destroy in the name of freedom shows that he no longer fights for Biafra but for something far darker, according to DOS. His collaboration with the Nigerian government is now obvious to all. Every violent action initiated by Ekpa and his followers is quickly attributed to IPOB. Feeding the false narrative that IPOB is a terrorist organization, the Nigerian state, always eager to suppress Biafra's call for self-determination, has found in Ekpa a willing accomplice. Together, they aim to discredit Nnamdi Kanu and to weaken the unity of the Biafran people. But the truth cannot be hidden. IPOB, under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu and the DOS, has always been committed to a peaceful struggle for self-determination. It is clear that Simon Ekpa, in his hubris, has become a puppet of forces that want to see the Biafran dream shattered. He claims to fight for Biafra, yet his actions bring nothing but pain and suffering to the Southeasterners. The evil spirit that has consumed Simon Ekpa was born the day he thought he could act without DOS, the day he believed that his own ambition were greater than the collective wisdom of the movement. He abandoned the very principles that IPOB stands for, principles that have guided Biafrans in their quest for freedom and justice. His betrayal is not just of Nnamdi Kanu, but of the entire Biafran populace. In the words of an Igbo proverb, Onyekwe Chiya Ekwe, meaning if a person agrees, so does their spirit agrees as well. Simon Ekpa agreed with evil the day he decided to forsake the structure of IPOB and follow his own destructive path. The spirit that now drives him is not one of a liberation, but of chaos and destruction. He no longer asks for the people, but for his own selfish interests, manipulating the Biafran struggle for personal gains, according to DOS. It is tragic to see how far he has fallen. What kind of man kills his own people in the name of giving them freedom? What kind of leader thrives in the blood of the innocent? Simon Ekpa's action defies reason and morality. His behavior reflects not the spirit of a freedom fighter, but the spirit of a man consumed by darkness. But no matter how much destruction Simon Ekpa causes, the Biafran spirit will remain unbroken. IPOB, under the divine leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the DOS, is a movement ordained by God. No evil, no betrayal can destroy what God has instituted. Simon Ekpa's action may bring temporal pain, but the Biafran cause is destined for victory, according to DOS. Let us remember the words of another Igbo proverb. Inye metara chiya, ka chiya ga-eme ya. Okay, meaning whatever a man does to his God will do back to him. Simon Ekpa's betrayal of IPOB and his people will not go unpunished. His evil deeds will return to him, for the justice of the Biafran cause is unstoppable. In the end, the truth will prevail. Simon Ekpa may think he is powerful, but his power is built on lies and bloodshed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu foresaw this evil, and despite Ekpa's betrayal, the Biafran movement remains strong. IPOB's mission is guided by truth, and that truth will ultimately expose and defeat the darkness that now possesses Simon Ekpa. For the Family Writers Press International. Bomb don explode in Bakassi Peninsula, killing 5 Cameroonian forces in Bakassi. Explosion has killed 5 members of the Rapid Intervention Battalions in an attack in a battle subversive by Dragon Marine Fighters or Dragon Fighter Marine, an armed group loyal to the Biafran separatists in Nigeria. This is coming days after series of reports linked the group to the abduction of the divisional officer of Idabato, Iwane Roland. That is a breaking news. The details is going to follow soon. Peter Obi finally breaks silence over hunger in Nigeria and blasts Tinubu. This one is adult cry. Keep on crying. You know you say anything. Former Anambra State Governor Peter Gregory Obi has raised concerns over the worsening food crisis in Nigeria, describing hunger as a household crisis afflicting many across the country. In a post to mark a World Food Day, Obi lamented the skyrocketing prices of essential food items, which have become unaffordable for many Nigerian families. The food crisis in Nigeria is disheartening, Obi stated. Severe hunger has now become an unfortunate member of many households in Nigeria. The once giant of Africa, a nation with the most arable land on the planet, or on the continent, Obi, who contested in the 2023 presidential elections as the Labour Party's candidate, highlighted Nigeria's decline in food security, noting that the nation is now ranked among the 20 most food insecure countries globally. He expressed concern over the World Bank's recent report, which compared Nigeria's situation to war-torn countries like Yemen. Obi said, food prices are soaring, food inflation is rising, the food crisis is worsening by the day, and hunger has escalated into a national emergency. The former governor stressed the need to shift Nigeria's focus from consumption to production, arguing that the country's vast agricultural potential remains untapped. A state like Niger, which is twice the size of the Netherlands, is unable to feed itself or the nation, while the Netherlands exports over $100 billion worth of agricultural products annually, he added. Obi emphasized that addressing security and investing in modern farming techniques are critical to combating the crisis. A production nation free from hunger with an abundant food supply remains our vision for a new, more prosperous Nigeria, he concluded. Number of out-of-school children in the FCT is annoying, according to Mumu Nyesom Wike. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory Nyesom Wike has taken the Universal Basic Education Commission to task over the increasing number of out-of-school children in the country, calling on the agency to intensify efforts to reverse the trend. Wike said the number of out-of-school children in FCT had become annoying when he received in his office in Abuja on Thursday a delegation from UBEC led by the Executive Secretary Ahmed Boboyo. According to the FCT minister, all of us know the problems of not just girl child education but out-of-school children. I don't know what you are doing as regards all our children roaming the streets. It is the function of UBEC. When we were in education, that is when we started the elementary schools. In fact, in the whole northern states, the only state I never visited was Yobe. I visited virtually all the states in the north, southwest, south, and southeast, where you have more boys dropping out. We try to see what we could do. In the north, we talk about elementary and the girl child education, and I do know that through UBEC, we were able to build a lot of schools. We were able to buy clothing and sandals and feed them. Story for the gods. The last but not the least, breaking news. Newly elected Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar killed in Gaza by Israeli soldiers. Israeli forces in Gaza have killed Hamas top leader Yahya Sinwar, a chief architect of last year's attack on Israel that sparked the war, the country's military says. Okay, you are the chief architect. Now you have received your payment at your own coin. Troops appear to have run across him in a battle, only to discover afterward that a body in the rubble was the man Israeli has hunted for more than a year. Sinwar has topped Israel's most wanted list since the beginning of the Israeli-Hamas war, just over a year ago, and his killing strikes a powerful blow to the militant group. There was no immediate confirmation from the Hamas of his death. So my people, now here we go take back break, and I go hear our voice again when we come back. Continue sharing, liking, commenting, and make sure you continue subscribing to this channel for more interesting videos. I'll be right back.